Hi, friends. Good morning. Happy Tuesday. So, this is going to be a really quick word. I'm just going to give you guys what the Lord showed me on Sunday. It's up to you to take this word back to God and let Him give you more confirmation on what He's saying. Okay. So, that's His job. So, please, with any prophetic word, take it back to Him. Don't ask in the comments all these 1,000,001 questions about the word. If you do not understand it, take it to God. It may not even be for you, but if you want more revelation and if there's something He wants to tell you about the word, that's the Lord's job to sit with you and give it to you. It's only our job as vessels to give you what He's saying, but it's your job to go seek it out and sit with Him and spend quality time with Him. And also, I get a lot of people emailing me or commenting, can you show me the video where you talked about this or where you talked about that? How do y'all expect me? I done released hundreds of videos. Actually, let me see how much since I opened this channel. Hold on. Because it gets me every time. I'm like, do they really think I'm just gonna be able to remember like where every video of everything that I've ever released is? But I always get people asking me, where's the video where you said this? Can you tag me in the video where you said that? Where's the video that you did this in? And I'm like, you have got to be kidding me. Y'all, please stop asking me for certain videos that you've watched before or videos I may have mentioned in a previous word and you're asking me to tag you in the word. Y'all, it's just not gonna happen, you guys. I can't even see on here. I don't know how many videos I've released over the course of having this channel, but it's been hundreds of words. Okay, I'm not going to be able to find a word specifically for you that you remember that I said a certain song in or did a certain thing. And I'm like, that's just selfish. Like, you expect me to remember every little thing, but I get that a lot. And I just want to put it out there. I'm not going to tag you in the video or go find the video for you. I would have to go through hundreds of videos and I'm just not going to do it. I don't know. I don't keep track of every word I release. I just release them when God tells me to release them. So if there's a specific word you're looking for, baby, you want to look through them videos, okay? Yourself. So this is a really quick word, though. I hope y'all are having a great Tuesday. Thank you guys for the continued birthday wishes, for just your loving and kind, I can't make my words out, it's early, for your loving and kind words, for your seeds. I don't ever ask you guys for anything, but you guys are so big-hearted, and I'm just grateful to have a ministry with you guys, because it's not my ministry, it's the Lord's ministry, but I'm so glad because all of you are my brothers and sisters in Christ. But the title of this word is It's Mating Season. It is mating season. And if you're listening spiritually, you're going to catch this part. So Sunday, I got back home from San Antonio. I had spent a day in San Antonio, drove there Saturday morning, spent the day there, came home on Sunday. Just a quick birthday staycation, still in the same state, just different area. Right, that's the area that I used to live in when I first moved to Texas. I lived in New Braunfels, Texas, which is a suburb of San Antonio. So it's like taking the my last little go back and reminisce before I'm out of this state. Unless there's a ram in the bush, Lord, and your plans change, I'm moving to North Carolina in June, next month. So I came back home Sunday, and guys, the ride home was great. It's almost 3-hour ride back here to the Houston area that I live in. I live in Katy, which is like a suburb of Houston. So it's about a 3-hour trip, and the trip was going good until like the last 30 minutes. There were thunderstorms. Like, I mean, all of us were driving so slow on a highway, like all of us, like everybody, blinkers on. It was just storming. It was a thunderstorm. And the weather here has been really finicky and iffy. So I make it through the storm. I was praying, driving home for me and every car on that road. God allowed me to make it home safely. And when I got home, my nephew called me because my nephew was supposed to bring my niece Delilah, and many of you guys have met Delilah. She was in one of my videos like a few months ago. But my little niece Delilah, he was supposed to bring her over here. I love her. I'm her favorite auntie. The other aunties don't know that, but yeah, I am. So he was going to bring her over here and we were supposed to go to brunch. But after making it in from that storm, I didn't feel like going anywhere because it was still storming outside. So I'm like, I'm like, it's storming. You know, the roads weren't safe to me. I was like, I'm going to stay in. So he's like, okay. He's like, I'm just going to bring Delilah over to you so you can spend time with her because that's like the perfect birthday gift for me. I love my niece Delilah. She is the cutest. So he brings her over here and he leaves and I spent a few hours with Delilah. Again, it's still storming and doing the most outside. But we're inside. She's watching Miss Rachel. She loves Miss Rachel. Like most kids love Miss Rachel. But she's watching Miss Rachel. We're singing, dancing. I take her a hot bath so she can get, you know, out of her damp clothes from the rain. And I change her clothes and stuff. And we're just having like a good auntie niece time. So a little while later, the rain stops and like the sun starts to come out. Right. And my nephew lets me know since it had stopped storming that he was going to come get her because the plan was for him to get Delilah after the storm stopped, but she can spend a few hours with me, you know? So the storm stopped, the sun came out, my nephew came and got Delilah, she left, and I just sat on the rug that's right behind me in front of my couch. I just sat on the rug with my notebook, my Bible. I'm just sitting there. I really didn't have the Bible open or anything. I'm just sitting there. And I think the TV was on, but I really wasn't paying attention to it. And as I'm sitting there, I noticed a bird flew on my balcony, like the balcony ledge. And I'm just watching the bird, and I'm not a bird watcher. Like they fly on my balcony all the time. But I noticed this bird had been there and he was repeating the same movements. So the bird was fluttering its wings really fast. I mean, it would stay on my balcony ledge, flutter its wings really fast while it's chirping. And as it's doing that for like 60 seconds, maybe 30 seconds, it would flutter its wings really fast and chirp really loud. And a bird would fly up to it, and it's like they would fight or quarrel, and then the other bird would fly away, right? And then the bird on my ledge would just get quiet, and a few more minutes would pass, and the bird would start to flutter the wings really fast, I mean super fast, and chirp really loud again. Another bird would fly up to it, and it's like the bird that was fluttering its wings would open its mouth and put food in the other bird's mouth. And the bird would fly away. 30 seconds or so would pass, the bird would flutter its wings again and chirp really fast. Another bird would fly up and they would quarrel, like fight, and that bird would fly away. Another 30 seconds would pass, fluttering its wings, chirping really loud, and a bird would come and take food from this bird's mouth. And I had never seen anything like this before, guys. And I knew God was speaking because I am not a bird watcher. I may see a bird and I'm like, oh, that's cute. And I turn away. I couldn't turn away because I was noticing what was going on and I was really confused. I'm like, what is happening? Right? And this is why I tell you guys, it's so important to sit with God and seek out what he's saying. He says, let me pull up the verse. Hold on, because I feel led to quote this verse. I'll quote this verse to you guys. It is the glory of God to conceal a thing, but the honor of kings is to search out a matter. That's Proverbs 25, verse 2. It is the glory of God to conceal a thing. So he may conceal, he may hide it for a minute when he's trying to give you a message or show you something. He may give it to you in a parable and you don't understand it. It gives him glory to conceal it, but it gives you honor to search out what God is saying, not to go ask a person, what is God showing me? How's he doing it? Search out the matter. You may have to Google what God is saying, look it up in the Bible. God will lead you to sources to use. And when he's speaking to you, he'll nudge at your heartstrings so that you know you're reading the right verse. You're looking at the right number in Strong's Concordance. You're looking at the right things on Google. You're researching the right things. He will nudge at your heartstrings to tell you that's it. So it gives him glory when he's able to conceal, to hide it. And he doesn't hide it to get you angry or to keep it away from you. He wants you to seek him in order to search it out, not to ask anybody else, what does this mean? So being that God speaks to me in parables a lot, I am used to studying my dreams as if I'm in college. And how he gives a revelation to you may not be how he gives it to somebody else. I remember a while ago, the Lord told me when I dreamed of my dog, I released this word in 2021. When the Lord showed me my puppy, he first started giving me dreams of my puppy, then showed me a golden retriever. And I told you guys that the Lord had used the puppy in my dream, like my little puppy, as prodigals, right? And I never would have put, if you follow people who consider themselves dreams, prophetic dream experts, or whatever they want to call themselves, I've never heard nobody say a puppy was a prodigal or a dog was a prodigal. They're going by dream symbols in a book, but that's what God had taught me. So I remember releasing that word to you in 2021. I've seen so many prophetic voices now that will say a prodigal is a puppy from their dream. And it's because they came across the video that God taught me about the dog being a prodigal. Nobody, I can guarantee you, nobody had a word saying a dog like a puppy is a prodigal before God had me release that word. And it's not about me. It's about God. Because when you follow God's leading and speak what he's giving to you, it teaches other people. Nobody I had ever heard say a puppy or a dog was a prodigal until God had me release that word. And it was to teach the body. So when he started giving other prophetic voices words, and there was puppies or a certain type of dog, and God began to speak to them or would lead them to the word I released, and I would hear them say, you know, bold for Christ, and God nudged at my heart and told me that's what he meant by the puppy, and it made me happy. It had nothing to do with me, but everything to do with God. When you decide to step out and be bold for Christ, and it doesn't matter if nobody has ever said this means this before. If God tells you that that dog is a prodigal, or that piece of chicken means you're about to go into heaven and feast or something, I don't know. Take God's word for it over a dream prophetic book symbol or over somebody's word who claims that they're a professional prophetic dreamer and they've been doing it for years. I don't care how long a person has been dreaming and sitting with God. The way God speaks to you could be totally different. And it does not make your interpretation wrong. As long as you're getting that interpretation from God, that is all that matters. I don't care what a prophetic voice tries to tell you. Oh, that was interpreted wrong. Honey, you weren't in the room with God. I was. So I'm just I felt led to give you guys that verse, because when God gives you a dream or a word, sit with him on it. The meaning is not going to always be in a prophetic symbol book, or you're not going to find it from another prophetic voice. It will come directly from God, and he will use you to be that voice to speak that thing that teaches other people. So anyways, after I saw the bird doing these rapid movements and then chirping, and again, he would do it every 30 seconds. And another bird would either fly up and fight with him, or another bird would fly up and take a piece of food from its mouth. Never saw anything like this. And I am not a bird expert, but I know how to search out a word God is giving me. So I sat there and I took a picture. I went to the window and took a picture of the bird, and I was praying the bird didn't see me, because when a bird sees a person, it'll fly off. That bird stayed on my balcony for at least 30 minutes, and that never happens. So I sat there and I took a picture of the bird. And in Google, you can take a picture of something and it will find the image of that thing to tell you what it is, okay? Use all resources when God is speaking to you. So I took a picture of the bird in Google and I had Google search for it. The bird is called a barn swallow. It's a barn swallow bird. And listen to this. A barn swallow bird will rapidly flutter its wings while chirping loudly to signal that it is looking for a mate. When the bird flutters its wings and chirps loudly, it's sending two signals. One to the other male birds. Mind you, the bird swallow on my balcony was a male bird, okay? So this male bird will flutter its wings rapidly and chirp really loud, and it's letting other male birds know that he is looking for a mate and establishing his territory. And the bird is letting the females know that he's looking for a mate and that he's able to provide. Y'all better catch this. So there's two things that this barn swallow is showing. One, he's showing the other males, I am looking for a mate. And it is mating season for barn swallow birds. It's mating season for them. Their mating season is spring and summer. It was letting the male know that I'm establishing my grounds. I'm looking for my mate. So when the barn swallow male would flutter its wings and chirp really loudly, and the other bird would fly up and fight with it, that was another male fighting with it. Y'all better catch this. They would literally quarrel. I watched them quarrel on my balcony, and the other bird that flew up to it would fly away, and that barn swallow just stayed on the balcony like, I'm here. I'm here to stay. It was showing I am establishing my territory. But then the barn swallow male would flutter its wings again and chirp really loud, and another bird would fly up and almost like French kiss the bird, but I noticed it would take food from its mouth. That was a female flying to this barn swallow, and the barn swallow was showing the female, I am looking for my mate and I am able to provide. And the chirps and the fluttering of the wings to the female bird was to kind of show off. It was a courting process. It was like the male barn swallow was showing them like, I'm ready. It was almost like a cute dance. And it was showing the female, I am able to provide. I am looking for my mate and I can move, okay? Almost like, in a sense, like I can get down. It was like a show-off technique, not in a boastful way, but just letting the female know, I am here. And you guys can look this up. God will speak through anything, and it's so important that we pay attention. It's so important that we pay attention. What this barn swallow is doing is a part of its courting process. That's how it courts the female bird. And then the female is able to assess the bird to see if this is what she wants for her mate. So it's almost like the barn swallow is doing a dance, but also showing the female, I'm ready to mate and I can provide. I come bearing food. My tree is fruitful. You will know a tree by the fruit it bears. The bird was showing, my tree is fruitful. I can provide. I'm looking for a mate. I'm ready to court. And when I read about this, I was like, Lord. You know how the Lord says names twice in the Bible? I was like, Lord. It's mating season. Ladies, the man is establishing his territory. He's coming with provision and ready to court. The decision is up to you, but make sure that However this goes, this could be a restoration of a marriage. This could be for people that have never been married before, but God has told you you're in that season. This word can go a variety of ways. It is not for everybody because not everybody is in a mating season or a courting season. But if this is for you, God will speak and tell you this is your word. So I don't want to make this all drawn out, but the Lord is saying it's mating season. It is mating season. So I just wanted to be obedient and give you guys this word, but this man is establishing his territory. And again, this could be for somebody who was married. My computer is freezing. I rebuke you, Satan, in the name of Jesus. Not today. This could be for a person who was married and God is restoring. Maybe you were divorced and God is restoring you to that person. Maybe you've never been married and it is your season of courtship. Maybe you've been married and that's a marriage God pulled you out because it was one he didn't ordain and now he's opening a new door. This can go a variety of different ways and it could also be for a male as well. But God gave me this from a woman's perspective because I was watching a male barn hollow bird and it's their courting process. The woman, the female barn hollow does not do all of this. The man does it. And then this bird was up on, I'm on the 3rd floor. So this bird was up high. And when I mean it will quarrel with this other male bird, it will fight and knock that bird down and that bird would fly away. And the bird just stayed on my balcony, like my balcony, as if he's saying like, yeah, I'm here to stay. It was establishing its territory. It was establishing its territory, showing the males like, I'm here. Like maybe you were here before, but now I'm here. This is my mate that I'm looking for. I'm courting, like I'm here. But the bird was showing the female, I can provide. I am established. Look at what I can do. I'm ready for you. And I just thought this was so cool. This is something you learn in like school or at the zoo or something. But if you sit with God, he'll teach you right on your living room rug. Because I am not a bird person. I don't pay attention to birds like that. But I know when God is drawing my attention to something. And when I tell you this bird stayed on my balcony for at least 30 minutes, that never happens. Normally birds come and go. This bird saw me taking a picture of it and everything, and it stayed right there because it was establishing its territory. Nothing was going to move it this time. Yeah. Y'all better catch that. Not only than that, the Lord brought to my attention, he said, after the Delilahs are gone and the storms have stopped, the sun comes out and things are established. Y'all better catch that. If you don't know who Delilah is in the Bible and what kind of woman she was to Samson, then this part ain't gonna make sense. But God even used my niece in the storm to speak a word. After Delilahs are gone, my niece had left when this whole thing transpired. And it has nothing to do with my niece. But if you know the story of Delilah and Samson, you know exactly what God is saying. After the Delilahs are gone, after the Delilahs are gone out of these men's lives, and the storms have stopped. Because after the Delilahs are gone, the storms stop. The sun comes out again. They're able to be established and provide and bring what God has put in them to the table. And I pray that you guys catch this on a spiritual level, because on this day, God used everything for this word. So I'm going to leave it right there, because knowing me, I'll keep explaining. That's not my job. Take this back to the Lord, but he's saying it's mating season. It is mating season. And this time they're established, they can provide. They're going to show you. It's not going to be just telling you, they're going to show you. They're going to show you. This is what I can do. I'm here. I'm not going anywhere. Not only was his quarreling with the other bird establishing his territory, it was showing that he's the protector. He's a protector. So they're a protector, they're established, they can provide, they're ready. It's mating season. So I pray that this word blesses whoever it's for. I'm going to get to work now. My coffee is growing cold, but I just wanted to share that with you because God uses so many ways to speak to us. And if we open our ears spiritually and our eyes spiritually, we'll see it. But if we're not open spiritually, we'll miss it. The Delilahs are gone, the storms are gone, the sun is out, and establishing is taking place. It is mating season. So on that note, I'm going to get up off here. I love you guys. I'm going to open up coaching back really soon. I just had some issues with the platform that I was using, so I had to get that stuff fixed, and it's been such a hassle. But to be honest, I've enjoyed this break of not coaching. I opened coaching January 1st, and it's been so busy since then. And you guys know I work full time. I do my YouTube ministry full time, and then I'm coaching. So it could be a lot. But it will be open soon. I'm thankful for this break, and I'm going to enjoy this break. But I have so many people asking me if I'll be opening up coaching again soon, and I will. I'll let you guys know, and then I'll re-put the link in my about section of YouTube, and then I'll also post it in the community tab so that you guys will know, those of you that are interested in coaching. But let God lead you. Don't allow yourself to be led. So yeah, that's the word, guys. Love you. Have a great day, and we'll talk soon. Bye.